Good afternoon. Please sit down. What is your name?
Sir, my name is Yash Kumar Sharma.
Mr. Yash, are you going to UPSC for the first time for interview?
Yes, sir, it's my
Last
first
year
time.
also you went?
No, sir, it's my first time.
Okay, great. So kindly tell us something about yourself.
Sir, I belong from Alwar, Rajasthan. I did my schooling till 10th in Alwar itself. Then I moved to Delhi. I did my plus 2 from Delhi, and then I did my graduation from Netaji Subhash University of Technology. My hobbies include watching and playing cricket, traveling, and watching movies and web series.
Oh, very nice. This Netaji Subhash Institute of Technology, where is this located?
Sir, it's located in Dwarka, Sector 3.
It is in Dwarka.
Yes, sir.
And your Abhinav Public School is also in Dwarka.
Sir, it's in Pitampura.
Oh, so you lived that side, is it?
Yes, sir. I lived in Pitampura for 2 years. Then I moved to Netaji Subhash Institute of Technology in Dwarka for 4 years.
Okay, since you have spent such a long time in Delhi,
Yes.
can you tell me the history of Delhi in brief, please, the landmarks?
Sir, Delhi came to prominence under the rule of Delhi Sultanate in the medieval period. It was ruled first by slave dynasty, then
First ruled by?
slave dynasty, then it was ruled by Khilji dynasty and Tughlaq dynasty, and then later it came under the control of Mughal Empire. Then after that, it was a prominent center of power of British government.
Okay, tell me about the few things about the culture of Rajasthan.
Sir, Rajasthan is a very vibrant culture. It's famous for its tourism industry. It's famous for its handicrafts, handlooms, and various festivals like Pushkar Festival and Kite Festival in Jaipur, Gangor Festival.
Now, sociology is your subject, Mr. Yash. Can tell me 5 top most social problems of women in India?
So the top 5 most problems of women in India are they lag behind in education, first thing. Second thing is related to child marriage, which is very prevalent, especially in Rajasthan. So third thing is high maternal mortality ratio, which is directly linked to child marriage. So fourth is very low labor force participation rate, which recently dropped to below 10%. And sir, lastly, the crimes against women are on an increase, especially sexual harassment and the like.
In the Ukraine war, there are many new trends which have been seen which were not there in earlier wars as we have heard of, known them. Can you tell me what new trends you have noticed in this Russia-Ukraine war?
Sir, the use of hypersonic missiles have been in news in the Russia-Ukraine war, which Russia dropped on Ukraine. And the most important thing is in this modern democratic setup, when people are vying for peace, Russia has taken such an extreme step to wage an incursion on Ukraine. So this is one of the most different thing of today's.
Cricket being your hobby, this is my last question. Can you tell me when was the first ODI played and where?
Sir, it was played in England, but I don't know.
About T20, would you know?
Sorry, sir, I don't know the date or.
Okay, doesn't matter. Thank you.
Mr. Yash Kumar,
Yes.
you watch movies.
Yes.
What kind of movies?
Sir, I watch all kinds of movies, but I like watching inspirational, motivational movies and suspense thrillers.
Hollywood or Bollywood?
Sir, I watch both Hollywood, Bollywood.
Okay. What is the trend of South Indian movies now becoming more popular than Hindi movies?
Yes, sir. Sir, I believe South Indian movies are also part of an Indian movie culture. Now they are gaining prominence because they are picking up diverse topics. They have picked up various social issues in the movies like Jai Bhim. They are picking up new technological advances in the visual effect areas like in the movie Bahubali and RRR. So they are gradually moving towards the diversified and artistic aspect of the movie, which Bollywood lacks a little in today's time.
What was the theme of Jai Bhim?
Sir, Javi was based on tribal exploitation. It was based on how certain communities were stigmatized.
Who's the hero? Who plays the lead actor?
Sir, sorry,
Why is it called Bhim? Because there's no character in the
Yes,
movie
sir.
called Bhim.
Sir, it was a symbolic of Bhimrao Ambedkar that he stood for justice for the lower caste. So it was a symbolism of justice and the symbolism of law as a means to provide justice to the people who are facing issues and discrimination against.
What does RRR stand for?
Sir, is for rise, roar, and sir, third term I am unable to recall.
Can you name 3 or 4 South Indian movies that have made it bigger than Bollywood movies over the last 6 months?
Yes, sir. Sir, one is RRR, one is KGF 2, and one is Jai Bhim.
That's 3.
Sir, in the
What does KGF stand for?
sir, Kolar Goldfields.
And you watch web series also.
Yes, sir.
Which web series have you watched recently?
Sir, I have rewatched actually the Panchayat web series, and I also watched Rocket Boys.
Panchayat. Who stars in Panchayat?
Sir, Jitendra Kumar stars in Panchayat. It is a TVF based web series.
What is the theme of that movie?
Sir, the theme of the web series is depicting the rural life of the people, how they live, what are their life circumstances.
No, it's about a Panchayat officer.
Yes, sir. It's also about as the secretary of the Panchayat officer, but it also depicts the ways of how, and it also has certain references to women empowerment, because in the web series, the husband of the Sarpanch act as a proxy to that post.
You know, Panchayat is a clean movie. Clean in the sense, if you look at other web series,
Yes.
there is a lot of abusive language, a lot of violence, a lot of sexual exploitation,
Yes, sir.
depiction. So why is that?
Sir, certain times some scripts demand some sort of violence, but sometimes
Are you
unnecessary.
okay? Are you okay with all of this content?
Sir, recently the government has asked the OTT platforms to categorize their content on the basis of age. So they have prescribed 5 categories so that, and an adult verification mechanism.
How does it help?
Sir, it helps in the way that smaller kids who
What
are
is
not.
this adult verification?
Sir, adult verification could be through any identity means or through a social networking website like Facebook, in which people upload their date of birth.
No, we're talking about a web series, talking about a movie.
Yes.
You can play it in your bedroom, in your
Yes.
home.
Yes.
There are children watching it.
Yes, sir.
How do you
Sir,
avoid children, the exposure of children to such content?
sir, the IT rules also prescribe for the parental lock system in the.
That doesn't work. That doesn't work. You know it very well, it doesn't work.
Sir, on the practical basis, there should be a restraint.
So, are you for self-regulation or censorship?
Sorry, sir.
Are you for self-regulation, which is the present model,
Yes.
or for some kind of censorship?
Sir, some kind of censorship is also required.
Okay. But that will crumple free speech.
Sir, the movies also get a certificate from the board, and they are also regulated and getting certified.
What
So,
are your views on free speech?
Sir, free speech is an essential part of human rights, and it's a fundamental right in our constitution also. So it's a very.
So anybody can post anything on the social media.
No, sir, there are certain restrictions in the constitution itself regarding the security of the country and the.
No, when we are watching Netflix and other streaming platforms,
Yes, sir.
the constitution doesn't apply to those,
Yes,
to the
sir.
content there.
Yes, sir. Sir, but social media platforms, recently the rules also have specified that they should not publish any
Can
content.
the government regulate content on Twitter?
Sorry, sir.
Can the government really regulate content on Twitter?
Sir, yes, sir. Content can be regulated on Twitter, and if not certain posts are published on Twitter, then they can be put off easily. And by use of certain technologies like artificial intelligence, they can be well countered and they can be well put off within a stipulated time, so that more people are not influenced through those things.
Okay. Your mother is a teacher.
Yes, sir.
Tell me some of the basic, fundamental learning deficiencies of primary children in class 1, 2, 3.
Sir, in to class 1 to 5, the major thing is the students lack in the basic arithmetic skills, which I have noticed. Also, the quality of teaching is a little below par, because till class 1 to 5 students are taught little simpler type of things, which are not, especially in the class 4th or class 5th. The things which are being taught at class 1st to class 3 are repeated, and the quality content or the content which is meant for class 4th and 5th is not taught. So the quality of education suffers there.
How does one improve quality?
So teachers training is one of the most important
What
aspect
else?
to this.
What else?
Sir, the schools and the private schools and colleges which are in the district or which are in the state, and the students, senior students in schools and colleges could be roped in to provide certain training to the teachers and certain lectures to the
Now
students.
you made your point, teachers training, what else?
Sir, certain activities which are practical based, because arithmetic and cognitive skill are little practical based. So certain activities which involve fun and which involves learning together, fun and learning together, could be developed in the school itself.
So we are talking about children in class 1 and 2 and 3. What does child development involve?
So child development involves multiple things. The first thing is the educative aspect or the knowledge aspect of the child. The second thing is the physical development of the child. And the third thing is the moral development or the inculcation of moral values in the child. Because it's a very tender age and the child can be molded accordingly. So all the three aspects should be dealt with properly.
Thank you.
Mr. Sharma,
Yes.
did you read the newspapers today?
Yes, sir, I had looked through it.
Can you tell me some important news items relating to international matters which you read
Yes,
in the
sir.
papers today?
Sir, new Prime Minister has been appointed for Sri Lanka, Ranil Wickremesinghe. So this was the one news that I looked.
So what is the problem that Ranil Wickremesinghe now faces? The problems?
Sir, he faces the problem of popular pressure demand of countering the economic crisis in the country, which is growing day by day in the Sri Lankan.
Can he resolve it easily?
Sir, it couldn't be resolved easily because the forex is at a very low level. It will require certain efforts and time. But right now there are certain protests going on. So a change in government might scale down the protest, and people could be roped in and they could work together.
What are the protesters demanding?
So protesters are currently demanding the resignation of the present government.
Of the president himself?
So the present government, which
The Prime Minister has resigned.
yes, sir.
So that is over.
Yes, sir.
There's a new Prime Minister now.
Yes, sir.
But are the protesters also demanding the resignation of the President?
Yes, sir. They are also demanding the
Is
resignation.
that likely to happen?
Sir, I don't think so. It is likely to happen.
So how will the political stalemate be resolved?
Sir, the Sri Lankan government has decided that they are roping in the opposition party and they will work together. That's why Ranil Wickremesinghe, who is the former Prime Minister, has
How many members in the Parliament of Sri Lanka does Wickremesinghe's party have?
Sorry, sir.
He is only one. He is a one-member party. There is only one MP with him.
Yes.
So how can he get the support of so many people to run the government?
Sir, since he is the leader of the party and people look for the leader, so certain amount of trust could be restored in the people if the leader of the party is appointed to a significant post of Prime Minister. Further, other members could be roped into government subsequently.
You spoke about human rights just now. You said that freedom of speech is a human right.
Yes.
Now there is the UN Human Rights Council.
Yes.
What is the news relating to developments yesterday in the UN Human Rights Council? Did you follow that?
Sorry, sir, I didn't.
There was a resolution relating to Russia.
Yes. Okay.
Did you follow that?
Sorry, sir, I'll look through it.
India had abstained on that. Would you know how many resolutions relating to Russia India has abstained on till now?
Sir, I know 2 of the resolution that, and this including its 3, and I'm not aware if any more resolutions were there.
All right. Now, you would be following the Russia-Ukraine war. Earlier
Yes.
there was conversation about
Yes.
that. What are some latest developments relating to this war?
So latest development includes the attack of Russia on port cities like Mariupol, and they are trying to capture some of the port cities. They have relatively withdrawn from the capital city of Kyiv.
Can you tell me some of the fundamental causes of this war?
So the fundamental cause of this war was the willingness of Ukraine to join NATO and the security concerns of Russia regarding
Now,
that.
what news can you tell me relating to NATO from yesterday's developments?
Sir, Finland Prime Minister has decided to speed up the process of joining NATO.
And what has Russia said?
Sir, Russia has said that it could counter it.
It will counter it.
Yes.
It's a good attack. Do you think that things are going in the right direction? What is your view?
Sir, I don't think such aggressive stand in today modern geopolitics with the organizations like United Nations is a right step. There could be India's stand is also there could be dialogue and diplomacy in this regard, and certain back channel negotiation could be made to scale down the crisis. So these steps should be taken to resolve the crisis and not outright war or aggression.
Now, India will be discussing the Russia-Ukraine war at multilateral meetings,
Yes.
isn't it? One of these will be the Quad Summit.
Yes.
What can you tell me about this Quad Summit? When, where?
So Quad Summit was designed first by the
No,
German-
when is the next Quad Summit going to be held? When?
Sorry, sir, I'm not exactly aware.
And where?
Sorry, sir. I'm not.
Mr. Sharma, it is going to be held on the very day that your interview is going to be held.
Okay, sir.
That is on the 24th of May.
Yes.
It's going to be held in Japan. But would you have followed whether it's an in-person summit or a virtual summit?
No, sir, I have currently not looked into
You've not followed that.
Sorry, sir.
India is in the Quad alongside America. It's in BRICS alongside Russia and China.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that India should leave one of these organizations? Because how does it reconcile being in one as well as being in the other?
Sir,
What-
India is maintaining its strategic autonomy on the basis of joining organization with both US and Russia. Historically, India has strong ties with Russia. It is one of the major defense supplier to India, and currently US is also one of its major partner in trade and also defense equipments and in other fields like renewable energy. So maintaining strategic autonomy and engaging with both sides is in India's interest, and it should.
You said the US is a regular partner of India.
Yes.
Did you follow the recent India-US 2+2 dialogue?
Sorry, sir, I did not follow it.
You didn't?
No, sir, sorry.
All right. Okay, my last question, Mr. Sharma. What is the difference between an embassy and a high commission?
Sorry, sir, I do not know this.
Let me give you an example. We have an embassy in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
We have a high commission in Colombo, Sri Lanka. What would be the difference? Why?
Sir, I might take a guess, but I am not very sure of it.
As a special case, I let you take a guess, although it's dangerous.
Sir, embassy is a High Commission is an advanced version of embassy in which more dialogues and more.
That's taking a very dangerous guess, because it betrays the fact that you have no idea about it.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yash,
Yes.
you are a graduate in information technology.
Yes, sir.
What is the safe harbor provision in our Act, Information Technology Act?
So the safe harbor provision provides for the security to the social media intermediaries that they would not be responsible for any content published on this because they are just intermediaries in the data-driven domain.
Yes, but there are some conditions attached.
So due diligence condition is attached. The due diligence should be paid by the side of social media intermediaries.
No, but you know, Twitter was not following those conditions, so there were some cases filed.
Yes, sir.
So what were those conditions?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of the exact conditions.
Okay. Now, Twitter, as you know, is being taken over by Musk.
Yes, sir.
Elon Musk is taking it over.
Yes, sir.
And he says he is all for freedom of speech.
Yes, sir.
which means all sort of content would be allowed on Twitter
Yes, sir.
without any restrictions. What do you think? Do you support this or do you not?
Sir, the existing regulations to the Twitter and the existing content regulation which are in place right now are much in requirement in the later phase also. So a free hand should not be given to anyone to publish any content, and there should be a proper regulation of the social media platform. Even
Who will regulate?
So the owner of the platform should regulate that. And
Owner of the platform, but the owner acts in a different way. They suspended Trump's account and they were not prepared to remove hateful content in India.
so then onus lies on the government to take strict action against those.
So then the danger is that government is regulating the content.
Sir, government should provide certain conditions that these should be followed, otherwise actions could be taken against those, which could go against the security of the country or any other.
But Musk is not going to follow that.
Sir, then government should take some actions, and it should strictly regulate that.
Okay. Now, your mother is a teacher?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you read the new education policy?
Yes, sir.
Tell me the salient features so far as basic education is concerned.
Sir, it has classified.
Primary education.
Yes, sir. Sir, it has classified education in the 5+3+3+4 format, so that students get pre-primary education also. Vocational education is started from the earlier stage after class 5, and also certain computer courses are also being included in
No,
teaching.
but I am talking only of basic education, primary education.
Sir, in primary education, new enhanced emphasis should be given on arithmetic and cognitive skills. And sir, I am not very much aware about the certain provisions about
What
the
about
primary
the
education.
medium of instruction?
Yes, sir. Medium of instruction in the primary education should be vernacular, as provided in the national education policy.
And what about measures to improve the enrollment ratio and prevent dropouts?
Sorry, sir, I am not aware about those provisions.
Okay. Have you been following the debate on the Uniform Civil Code?
Yes, sir, I have little bit of.
What are your views?
Sir, I believe eventually uniform civil code should be implemented, as it will support the rights of the women in the country. And Goa has already implemented it, so central government should. Supreme Court has also given many judgment towards the center that center.
But
should
what is the big idea? Why should there be a Uniform Civil Code?
Sir, in certain communities, certain rights goes against the dignity of the women.
So you are supporting UCC for gender justice only.
So there are many other law aspects are also there, because right now the codes which are particularly related to the religious groups are not codified. So those codification will require a just and more humane laws, and also.
Okay. Now I put to you that in Islam marriage is a contract,
Yes.
whereas for Hindus marriage is sacred for lifetime. Now how do you reconcile these two?
So there could be some grounds which respect both the religions and mainly the rights of the people involved in the marriage. So that will be my opinion.
No, but do you think Hindus will accept marriage as a contract?
Sir, marriage right now involves, in Hinduism also, it involves divorce, it involves many other aspects of contract, like paying compensation to the wife or husband whenever there is an issue regarding divorce. So these are part of contract itself, and when it will be codified, it will not be a big problem, because right now with the development in the society, there have been considerable progress in these aspects.
But we also say that there is, in our country, there is unity in diversity.
Yes, sir.
Whereas here you are talking of uniformity.
Sir, unity in diversity is indeed present in our country, but when it comes to law or certain aspects which are crucial to the country's development.
We have common criminal law, we have common contract law.
Yes, sir.
Why should there be common personal law also?
Sir, to bring harmony in all these laws, and so that.
Okay. My last question.
Yes.
Have you been following the LIC IPO?
Sir, not much. I
Not
do
much.
not know much.
Okay, then I'll ask you a different question. You have studied in Delhi.
Yes, sir.
What are your views on unification of these three municipal corporations?
Sir, the three Muslim municipal corporation have been united to provide better governance to the people, but they have been in criticism due to the powers of the
But they were trifurcated for exactly this reason only,
Yes,
to
sir.
provide better governance.
Yes, sir. That's why they are being criticized for the purpose of encroaching upon the powers of the state government of Delhi, and any such decision should be taken with consultance with the
No,
state.
trifurcation, unification you mean is usurping the powers of Delhi government? How?
Sir, municipal corporation acts on the ground level and it works on the ground level. So Delhi government also has
No,
certain.
but instead of three, you will have one corporation will remain, that's
Yes,
all.
sir. Sir, politics could also be involved in this, that which corporation has how many members of a particular political party, and all those equations are also
All
taken
those-
into consideration.
That has been sorted out.
Yes, sir.
250 members in the corporation.
Yes.
There is no dispute on that.
Sir, I am not in detail aware about it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yash. Our
Thank you.
discussion with you is over. Kindly wait outside for a few minutes. We'll call you for a feedback.